show you what I mean by this. I'll give you a good example and how this affects performance. Andre Agassi was one of the first athletes on a national scale I worked with. I worked with some Olympic athletes back in the 1980s, but early in '90 I started working with a lot of athletes, and Andre was one of the early ones. Andre is one of the nicest people you meet in the world, but the day I met him, he was not nice. Because even nice people aren't nice when they're in a bad state. And Andre had dropped from #1 in the world down to 32nd in the world. And he was not happy about it. He was doing all these things, and he was wondering about the game, and frustrations with his family, and he was focusing on his swing. And at that time, he was dating a lady who later became his first wife, and Brooke Shields said, "You gotta go see Tony Robbins." And he said, "I don't need any motivation." She said, "He's not a motivator, he's a strategist. And you need it. And he knows this stuff. You've tried everything else, try him out." So he didn't come happily. Shows up at my house, not even slightly warm, and Andre is a really warm person. What you see is what you get. You see him in an interview, that's what he really is like. But we've all been in those states. He comes to my house, sits down and says, "Do your stuff." I'm like, okay, read between the lines. So I said, well, tell me your situation. So he tells me this and this, and he's working on a swing and nothing's working. So I said, Andre, have you ever hit a tennis ball perfectly? He said, no. I said, the attitude could go first. He said, of course I have. I said, I want you to remember a time when you hit a tennis ball perfectly. Remember a specific time. I said, okay. Put yourself in the experience. Okay. I said, go through it, feel it, feel it, feel it, 3 or 4 times. I said, okay, got it. I said, at any point in that time, were you thinking about the swing? And he went, no. I said, well then how in the hell did you ever think you're going to get back by focusing on your swing? He said, well, what am I supposed to do? I said, there was a state inside of you, just like there is in every one of us, where you get in the flow. How many know what I'm talking about? Where it just happens for you. Say, ah. I said, in that state, you have honed it for years, but now you're on a different rhythm. You're on a different pattern, and you don't know what did it. It's unconscious. I said, but I can show you in a matter of minutes. So I said, sit here and watch. In those days, we didn't have DVDs, we had VHSs, and so I stuck a little VHS in. And it's him at Wimbledon. Now, at Wimbledon in those days, Andre used to have this thing called hair. A lot of hair.